guys, it's Kay and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my new series, Surviving Two Kids. This is going to be a series about the different milestones and different experiences I had transitioning from one kid to two kids, and I'm going to basically be updating y'all every time I have a video speaking on tips and adjustments to help you and other moms out here. Let's go ahead and get into this video. I'm going to be looking back and forth onto my iPad and to the camera because I did write a couple of notes down just to keep me on track. First topic that I want to talk about is time to adjust / time management. When you're transitioning from one kid to two kids, or time management, time to adjust is a significantly big part of the first 3 months and basically the first year until you pretty much get the hang of it. Everything is not going to be quite together. It's not going to be a symmetrical routine that you're going to be able to follow. I found a lot of the times we're trying to still be a content creator and do content creating as well as trying to manage my toddler and trying to manage the newborn baby in the midst of going through some family stuff and having to relocate and move. It was a lot. I found that it was actually hard trying to manage and do all that. I would get very overwhelmed and stressed out and just very confused on what to do next. One of my biggest struggles, routine. When I say routine, I mean morning routine, night routine, day routine, what we're gonna do on the weekends, all that. When me and my boyfriend came up with the idea is that one person is gonna do one kid and the other person is gonna do the other kid, and then that can accommodate. I have watched different moms on YouTube say like self-care really can help you and it can go a long way and you can do it in small increments. I did have some moments where I was able to do that and I did have a positive day and was able to be more active in the moment. So I do recommend that you do that. My second topic that I want to talk about is mommy guilt. Everybody experiences it, whether you're a first-time mom, second-time mom, and so forth. Mommy guilt is the feeling that when you're doing something or doing everything you can possibly do for your child, and then you feel all of a sudden guilty about not doing things perfectly or not doing things right. When you have mommy guilt, you're mother of multiple, the experience is more crazier than it was the first time, because thinking about how, oh my gosh, like how am I making all of these mistakes and it's not my first time being a mom and I should know, what I'm doing and what I shouldn't be doing, or this should work because I didn't do this the first time but now I'm trying to do it the second time and it should work. One tip I have to say to that is you have two different kids at 2 different times and they're different people, so what may have worked for one kid is not going to work for the other. Or if you felt like you picked up some tips along the way from your first child and you would like to try it with your second child and it's not working, just know that it's just probably not meant for that child or not meant for that moment, and it's okay. I kind of beat myself up about not spending a lot of time teaching him things that he should know, and we didn't sit down and start practicing how to write his name and stuff until really pretty much a couple months ago. My solution to the mommy guilt was just don't beat yourself up about it. Once you get the hang of everything, get your routine, you're gonna find it easier to maneuver between both kids. What ended up happening is when one kid is napping, I was able to give the other kid the most attention, and then when that kid is napping or off doing something else, I was able to give the other kid, my attention. And then if they both was up, I would try to accommodate by doing stuff the baby included into it. My third point is going to be germs. I know germs with babies and toddlers are a huge thing. Son first went to a Head Start, like daycare, when he was basically 1 year old. And when he went there, he always came back with some type of cold or some type of sickness, hand, foot, and mouth, etc. or whatever, because of the other kids in his class and stuff. So this time around, transitioning from one kid to 2 kids, you realize germs still play a factor. My daughter, she has sickle cell disease. So with sickle cells, they don't have an immune system. So getting sick can be very crucial for them. Anytime she has a fever that's an emergency, we have to call the sickle cell triage hotline and get her, over to a hospital. So it's pretty much very hectic every time she gets sick. And when she was just like a newborn, first 3 months, my son came home, he had a cold, and he was around me and his sister and everybody, and his sister had ended up getting a cold. And at this time, she's literally only maybe 2 months old. This cold transferred to her as that RSV, which is this cold that has this nasty cough with it, and then they have trouble breathing. She had a fever that went up to 100 degrees, and then we had to take her to the hospital, and we stayed in the hospital for almost a whole entire day. It was very, very scary because, like I said, she does have sickle cell, which is a chronic illness that she has to deal with, on top of already being a newborn baby. And it was just like a mother's worst nightmare. She got through it, and it didn't lead to no more than what it was, and she got over it pretty fast, and she wasn't too down and out about it. So that was a great thing. Prevent it, but sometimes it's not preventable, and it happened. So don't beat yourself up. It happens to the best of us. Another point that I want to talk about is cleaning. Cleaning to me equals stress. I'm constantly cleaning all the time. Every day, pretty much. I don't like a lot of stuff in my living room. It kind of overwhelms me and bothers me so bad. So I try to keep things in the living room to a minimum. For the baby, it's not going to be perfect. And then also having a toddler is not going to be perfect. So I try to tell myself, if you don't want to clean up the mess, don't make a mess, or make sure when you make a mess, you clean it up every night. Putting the toys away, vacuuming the floor, straightening up what needs to be straightened up. And then I try not to just clean up all the time, because it does take a lot of time away from family time, and I try to relax. This house is always going to be here, and it's always going to be something to clean. So I try to just give all my attention to my kids and clean the house when I can. I would spend time with my kids. After I fed them, bathed them, and they're in bed, I would come back downstairs and get a little bit of cleaning done. And then on the weekends, I would do a deep cleaning. That actually works for me. My last point, but it's not the least point, is relationship. Not really talked about just in general. One never really talks about how the relationship changed from 1 kid to 2 kids. That is a real thing, and it does happen. You don't feel bad, because it happens to everybody. It is normal. Whether you're married, engaged, or boyfriend and girlfriend, have 1 kid, you're already into things differently. Time is already getting away from y'all. Adding 2 kids is kind of like adding fuel to the fire. Once we had our daughter, things kind of changed. We didn't really want to have her outside too much in the beginning, because her sickle cell, because we tried to encourage from getting sick. Really, the time management is kind of like a strain in a relationship, because when you find 2 people in a relationship and then they have kids, they don't have time to date nights no more. You can't find a babysitter like that, date nights at home, which we have tried that as well. We basically take about 5-10 minutes, maybe even 20-30 hours, depending on the day. But we kind of just make sure we always ask each other, how was our day, what's our inspiration for today, what we're thinking about, how we feel. And we try to just really do that, because those minutes and time together talking about something so deep and intimate really just brings us closer. I'll be forever grateful for that, because without communication, you kind of have nothing, and it just makes our foundation stronger. Another thing that we do together that's our thing, and it works, is watching TV shows. We'll come and meet every night after the kids go to bed, and we'll watch TV until we both get tired, and we'll just binge a show together, have some popcorn with it, drink some wine, and that's just like our little thing. We always have a good time watching TV together, laughing, and just enjoying each other's company. So my advice really is for any relationship when you're transitioning from one kid to two kids, just make sure you can at least take time out, even if it's not a whole day, but if it's just an hour or even if it's just 5 minutes, just take time out to check on your partner, because you guys are both in this together and things do get rocky, but as long as you're level-headed and they're level-headed and understanding and compassionate and communicating, it'll be okay. Those are my tips on transitioning from one kid to two kids. Comment down below what you guys did to adjust from having one kid to two kids, and comment down below if you found any of my points that I said helpful. Thank you for watching my video. Please stay tuned for more videos to come soon. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for being here and coming along with me on this journey, and I do hope to see you guys again in my next video. Again soon, guys. Bye.